set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line.
Le'Veon Bell.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 24, Mahomes. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Eluding the pressure right. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that may have been incomplete, but he reminds me so much of when my dad used to take me to the baseball stadium and watch the home run hitters in batting practice. I'll get to the stadium early just to watch this kid throw it. He can throw it out of the stadium.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. That's taken on the 25. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at the 34. He'll look to throw right away. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Nice job by Juan Thornhill there to get a hand in and break up the play.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Ryan. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
And the Falcon first down.
On first down, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
A gain of
that goes for a gain of 31.
First down, Falcons.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now Gurley. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
First down, Atlanta.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They run. It's Gurley. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. In on the tackle, Alex Okafor.
1 yard gain.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Here's Gurley. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And his kick is indeed good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
At their own 20-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves Jack that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Falcons 3, Chiefs nothing.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Mahomes again. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 20. After the interception, here's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, switching gears for a second. Look, Charles, we know it's part of the game, but injuries, again, a big story in Week 5. Most notably, of course, Dak Prescott
pretty severe ankle injury that's going to keep him out the remainder of the season. And that's really just the latest in what has been a tough year already. Gosh, you could probably build an all-pro team, Charles, with some of the guys who have gone down.
Yeah, an all-pro team, and at worst, a Pro Bowl team, because you're talking about names like Saquon Barkley with the New York Giants, Cortland Sutton with Denver, Marlon Mack, Indianapolis, Nick Bosa, San Francisco, all of them injuries that have them lost for the year. Michael Thomas got hurt in the season opener with New Orleans. We haven't seen him since. Nick Chubb with Cleveland on IR. Christian McCaffrey with Carolina. They've all missed significant time, so it's been a tough year for injuries. Some teams are playing around them better than others, and we'll see how it goes the rest of the year, but we wish all these guys who are hurt a speedy recovery.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Ryan to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Intercepted. Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
A run by Bell on 1st down, going to go nowhere as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
He's brought down by...
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. This is Bell. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Made at the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
And 6.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And his throw is incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. But now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
On third down, Ryan looking downfield for Jones. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Here's Hardman to return. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals. The combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. Fielded near the back of the end zone. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Right away, he'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw is Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
A gain of 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
At their own 48-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Again, it's Bell. And he's got room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 26 and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Now Bell. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Ball carrier.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Bell. And the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. No gain on the play that time. So a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. They'll go for it with Bell. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. Le'Veon Bell, no shades there in 2015 against the Chargers where he stumbled in. Here he can't get in. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. That catch good for only a couple.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. From the shotgun, Ryan. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Well, they were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Ryan going to get this complete to Hurst. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there defensively to make the play.
2nd and 10.
A 3rd quarter action from Kansas City. 2nd down and 10.
Here we go. Check 53. Check 53.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. 3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 43. We're back now in KC. It's been a tight, low-scoring affair thus far. 3-3 is our score heading into the 4th. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th,
and the Chiefs are going to get him. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
3rd and long.
Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And that is incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied fourth quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of the time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game fourth quarter. Makes this thing a little bit more interesting. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
On the tackle.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now Bell. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
That's good.
Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Mahomes now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with him. He'll get just a yard on the scramble in 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 27-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
On first down, Mahomes. Flush to his right. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Ball carrier.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
3rd and 4.
Bell. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll run for it with a fullback, Sherman. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Anthony Sherman taking it in. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
A About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And that's the play, that pick by Mathieu, that will seal this football game.
The Honey Badger does it again. And I think it was one of the best nicknames that's ever been given. Just so inspired. He may not care, as Honey Badgers don't, but he understands how to get around the ball, and he just sealed another victory.
How do you know about the mental psyche of a Honey Badger?
That's always been the expression. The Honey Badger, he doesn't care.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
Mahomes' pass intercepted by the Falcons. They'll take over 1st and 10.
Younghoe Koo, all eyes fixated on the kicker. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And he missed it. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. They'll go again with Bell. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
The ball carrier.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. First throw of overtime for Mahomes. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
It nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. To throw on 3rd down, Ryan. And that is incomplete. And that one off the mark, a little late with a throw.
Brings up 4th down.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. Oh, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, just a minute ago, you said mistakes get magnified, especially here in overtime, and that turnover there could cost him the ball game.
And not many teams commit turnovers in overtime and come back and win. It almost never happens.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Going deep here for Watkins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 23.
He'll set up to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Gurley. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bell. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
50-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And we will play on here in overtime. Well, when you get that ball in OT, that's not the chance you envision, and the long field goal attempt here winds up lacking.
And you don't want to hang too much of this on your kicker, but he's going to leave you in a tough spot as well because you give your opponents excellent field position to start their first drive.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, what was the term that you just used a minute ago?
Well, especially in overtime, mistakes get magnified, so it's time for us to get our microscopes out, right? I mean, take a look at what's going on out there. That was very close to being a crucial play.
Yeah, got to look that ball in, didn't, and it hit the ground. And his throw here's incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former 1st-round pick, the intended target. 3rd down here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Yards to go.
Play action. Ryan. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Falcons.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Bell. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime.